Doctors aren't fixing men, they're processing them. They look at your labs for 10 seconds, stamp you with a low testosterone, and shove TRT across the desk like a fast food combo meal. No warning, no context, no explanation of the biological shutdown that you're about to trigger. They hand you a lifelong dependency disguised as a solution. Men are told that TRT is the miracle shortcut. Instant energy, instant drive, instant masculinity. Just inject and you're fixed. But here's the truth. TRT doesn't rebuild you, it replaces you. And if you don't fix the system that collapsed in the first place, you're not optimizing. You're surrendering control of your hormones for life. I've been in the room, I've lived this. When I went on TRT, no doctor told me what I was trading. My natural production, my fertility, and lifelong injections. I'm Jason Arsenault, former law enforcement, husband, old dad, and founder of the Alpha Protocol. Today, I'm exposing exactly what clinics hide, why your T is actually low, and how to rebuild testosterone the way men were meant to, from the inside out. Let's rip this open. All right, so before we talk about what clinics hide, here's the tiny sliver of truth that they sprinkle on the top to make the pitch easy. The medical system is built on speed, not solutions. Their job is to get you in, diagnose fast, medicate faster, and move on. They focus on one number, total testosterone. They ignore everything else. If it's low, they prescribe TRT. End the conversation, no education, no strategy, no root cause. You walk in tired, heavy, foggy, low libido, they barely look it up. T is low. Here's the injections. You're out in 10 minutes and on a drug that rewires your entire endocrine system. But the real story, the part they never say, is the biological cost that you're about to pay. This is the warning label that you should have gotten, the one every man deserves to hear before he touches TRT. Because TRT isn't support, it's override, and overrides have consequences. So here's some things that the doctors don't say. Your natural testosterone production shuts off, not down, off. Your brain stops LH and FSH, destroying your fertility unless you intervene aggressively. And once you're on TRT, you're likely on it for life, unless you fight through a brutal restart that most men don't complete. When I started TRT, nobody told me that I was trading my biological autonomy for convenience. I wasn't informed, I was processed, and that's exactly how most clinics operate today. Fast prescriptions, zero root cause work, maximum dependency. But here's the part that exposes the entire industry, the question they never ask. Why was your testosterone low to begin with? In a moment, I'll show you how to rebuild testosterone the right way. But first, let's expose the dysfunction the medical model refuses to investigate. Because low T is not the problem. It's the result of the problem. And if you don't fix the system, you never fix the man. The rest of your hormone, what doctors usually miss is that the rest of your hormone system, thyroid, cortisol, insulin, is off, out of whack. Your immune and inflammatory overload, whacked out. And they also miss your immune and inflammation overload. Your gut breakdown is leading to poor absorption. Your gut breakdown is leading to poor absorption, leading to hormone. And here's some things that the doctors miss. The rest of your hormone system, thyroid, cortisol, insulin, immune and inflammation overload, gut breakdown, poor absorption, hormonal shutdown, liver congestion, estrogen recirculation, false normal T labs, mitochondrial energy failure, and nervous system chaos from chronic stress. This is why you see men on TRT who still feel tired, foggy, anxious, inflamed, or weak. The drug raised the number, but the system is still collapsing underneath. Now let's talk about what actually rebuilds a man's biology. Something TRT clinics never mention because it doesn't fit in a 10-minute appointment and it doesn't make the money. This is the part that blows the doors off the TRT model. The reality that testosterone is an output, not the starting point. Because you can't inject your way out of a broken system. You rebuild testosterone by rebuilding the machinery that produces it. Fix the stress load, cortisol rhythm, and nervous system control. Repair the gut, where inflammation dies or multiplies. Support liver detox, the command center for hormone metabolism. Rebuild your cellular energy. Mitochondria equals power, drive, and production. And restore your sleep architecture. Deep sleep equals testosterone manufacturing. Inside the Alpha Protocol, we rebuild the system first, and men rise because their biology rises. TRT becomes a choice, not a crutch. Because once you fix the system, you get something that no clinic will ever give you: control. TRT doesn't make you a man again, it makes you a patient again. Unless you fix the broke system, unless you fix what broke the system in the first place. Rebuild the gut, rebuild the liver, rebuild the nervous system, rebuild the mitochondria, rebuild the stress response. When you rebuild the man, testosterone rises as a byproduct, not a prescription. If you're done being medicated and ready to be rebuilt, the Alpha Protocol is where men rise, take back control, and reclaim their biology. This is where men are rebuilt.